This is a Stratfor Dispatch. I'm Colin Chapman. They came in their thousands to Moscow to mourn the 28 people killed in the deadly bombing of the Nevsky Express, for which an Islamist militant group has claimed responsibility. By coincidence, Russian and American officials have been meeting this week to work out a new deal to allow supplies for Afghanistan to pass through Russia. Some suggest that jihadist terrorism has spurred Moscow to be more accommodating. Stratfor is not so sure.
There are a lot of reasons for the Russians to lend a helping hand in Afghanistan, and the first reason is the most basic: money. There's a lot of profit to be had at the ports of Riga and St. Petersburg. That's some $1 million per 25-container shipment, and that's definitely cash that the Kremlin could use right now. Not only that, Russia will be getting much-needed U.S. investment in port infrastructure to make that deal possible. Second, this allows Russia to show the Europeans that it's cooperating with the U.S., and that helps Moscow in its negotiations with France and Germany. Third, Russia is thinking about its own security interests. They know that when these additional U.S. troops come flooding into Afghanistan, a lot of the Central Asian militants running around there may try to flee northward and destabilize the Central Asian states where Russia carries a great deal of influence. Russia is working on a plan to block the escape routes for those militants, and so it doesn't mind facilitating the U.S. military operations there as long as it can keep those militants contained in Afghanistan where the U.S. can deal with them. Finally, Russia has a huge strategic interest in making the U.S. more dependent on Moscow for its mission in Afghanistan. These supply routes can be manipulated by the Kremlin at any point, particularly when political negotiations with Washington turn sour. At the same time, the U.S. is bound to face threats to its supply lines running through Pakistan as it gets more aggressive in pursuing jihadists on Pakistani soil. So you can see that the U.S. is taking a lot of risks with the strategy, but it needs these supplemental supply options to keep its troops well equipped for the fight.
Whatever the Kremlin's motives, the bombing of the Moscow-St. Petersburg Express is a reminder that jihadist terrorism is aimed not only against the West.